Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Syberia 3 on Nintendo Switch.
What's that owl doing here? What's that owl doing here?
How are you, Kate Walker? Is your departure from the clinic imminent?
I'm afraid not.
You seem upset. What's wrong?
I have to use a kind of key to open a door and finally get out of this place. It's a kind of a test, you know? A test that I passed, but the key didn't work. And when I compared it with an original, I saw it had been sabotaged. I'm getting the impression they're trying to keep us here by any means, Kirk. Whether we want to stay or not.
That's a serious accusation. Are you sure?
The proof is building up. First there's that key which doesn't work, and that bed you're trapped in, and your missing prosthesis.
It's true that I've been very weak since I began Madame Olga's treatment. But she says that it's normal. She calls it temporary secondary effects.
We really need to get out of here, Kirk.
Unfortunately, I cannot undertake the long migration of the ostriches without the mechanical leg, Kate Walker. But you, on the other hand, you can leave.
But how?
Show me the model of the key you told me about. Show me the model of the key instead, please.
Oh, whoops.
Show me the model of the key instead, please.
Oh, you want the pamphlet.
That's what I thought. With this, my tribe smith should be able to repair your key. If, of course, you find a way to get it to him.
I doubt they have a postal service here.
Go onto the balcony. Our shaman's messenger is never very far. I use it to communicate with my people. You can give it the key. It'll take it to my tribe smith.
Got it. Thank you so much, Kirk. Hey there. That's it. Come on, come here. Hey there. That's it. Come on, come here. About that bird, Kirk. I must be doing something wrong. It won't come to me when I call it.
It's true that the old owl is a bit of a lunatic. Have you tried to get it to land on the balcony?
No, but I don't see what I can use for that.
Look around the yard, Kate Walker. You may find something that might interest the board.
Why not? I'll give it a shot. Thank you for your help, Kirk.
Where the hell's the aviary? I do not remember. Could have swore that was it. No? Aha, there it is. Yeah, boy, too bad the frame pacing's so bad. This is definitely not a technical marvel, this game.
This must be Valsembor, the town Kirk told me about. the owl flew away with the key, Kirk.
That's good news, Kate Walker. Now we only need...
Kirk. What's wrong?
Dr. Olga's treatment.
Kirk, can you hear me? Wake up!
Come, come. No need to be alarmed, Miss Walker.
Madam Olga, I presume?
You're Dr. Olga, I suppose.
We weren't expecting you to awaken for another few days, Miss Walker. This is surprising. Truly. If I had known, I would have come by earlier in the day to assist you in your return to the world of the waking.
Unlike poor Kirk here, I have no need of help. I am very well, thank you.
Fainting is a secondary effect inherent in the treatment, Miss Walker. Nothing more. In medicine, despite any discomfort, protocol must be respected.
Oh, you mean that horrible mechanical bed where that poor boy is waiting for a prosthesis that never comes? That's protocol? And I suppose the same is true for the absurd interrogation I had to go through.
You seem to have developed a singular paranoia since you came out of the coma. When we get the chance, I'll look into it. But for now, I'm going to ask you to please leave. I have to administer the next stage of the treatment to your young friend.
All right.
Fine, I'm leaving. I hope all this is going to help him.
Well then, I can't imagine why you might think the opposite, Miss Walker.
How is he?
Your young friend is reacting to the treatment very well. Everything is fine. He's resting.
Well, goodbye, Doctor.
I'll come by and see you very soon, Miss Walker. Don't worry.
It's awkward lip reading. Wonder how many takes that was. Just go for it. Good enough.
What on earth could that quack have injected him with?
Repaired key, yay!
Kate Walker.
Kirk! How do you feel?
Not very well, I'm afraid.
How can I help you?
This situation can't go on, Kirk. So what can I do to help you get out?
The best thing, Kate Walker, is for you to go alone. And if you really want to help me, once you are outside, go to Valsembor and try to recover my prosthesis from the craftsman. If you bring it back to me, Dr. Zamiatine will put it on, and I will be able to go back to my tribe.
Can we trust Dr. Zamiatine? I'm not so sure when I see what this clinic is like.
The man has always been a friend to the Youkols, and I'm sure he'll be able to help you leave the hospital and find the craftsman in Valsembor.
Okay. I promise to come back as soon as I can with your prosthesis, Kirk. Until then, hang in there.
Thank you, Kate Walker. And may the spirits be with you.
I do like everything now that it's full 3D. That 2D with 3D objects was, you know, it was just something that was good for the time, but it is certainly not good now. It had its share of awkwardness and control and graphics. But with everything being rendered in 3D, it's a much better choice. Even if it's not, particularly good 3D like this game, it's still much better than the first two games.
If it's for a regular checkup, the doctor's offices are behind the reception area.
At this time of day, Doctors Emmy and Teen should be available.
The funicular is out of service until further notice.
Why not have a seat for a bit in the waiting room? It's just near the offices, right behind reception.
I've been waiting for my appointment for hours.
I'm here to see my husband. He's been here months and months.
Dr. Efimova. Dr. Olga? Nobody. Maybe not such a bad thing.
Ah, that's bad luck. I missed the last funicular. Do you know why Dr. Efimova locked down the clinic?
Mention of a safety measure from what I heard. Apparently 1 or 2 patients were wandering about.
But I've finished work. What can I do until the funicular is running again? I wanted to go to the tavern for lunch. Today's the day when that cute Sarah Steiner is working.
I'm afraid they don't actually need a reason, my friend. You're primed and ready for overtime. And it's good timing. Dr. Mangeling told me he was going to need help upstairs, with a difficult patient. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'm sure the funicular will be up and running in no time.
But it's completely crazy. They closed everything down, just like that.
Trapped.
Oh, a hard crash. Sweet.
If it's for a regular checkup, the doctor's offices are behind the reception area.
For any complaints, please speak with the doctor.
If it's for a regular checkup, the doctor's offices are behind the reception area.
At this time of day, Dr. Zamiantine should be available. I'm sure you will find Dr. Zamiantine in his office.
The funicular is out of service until further notice.
Why not have a seat for a bit in the waiting room? It's just near the offices, right behind reception.
Ah, hello, Miss Walker. How very delightful to see you up and about. Even if I really have to admit that I'm a bit surprised. Our dear Dr. Olga painted a far darker picture of your current state of health.
She worries me. This is her plan. She's crazy. She worries me.
I don't want to say anything bad about someone you seem to appreciate, Dr. Zamiantine, but quite frankly, Dr. Efimova worries me.
Ah, and why is that?
She and her associate, Dr. Mangling, put me through a real interrogation. They're also keeping Kirk, the young Youkol, prisoner, attached to his bed. Not to mention the psychological grip she seems to have on everybody here.
Listen to me, Miss Walker. I know that waking up after a prolonged period in a coma is difficult. In such a context, anxiety attacks are very normal. But please, do not project it onto Dr. Olga. I'm not getting any younger, you know, and running this clinic is a very heavy burden. The last few years, Olga has shown she is capable of assisting me. I have every faith in her.
But...
The subject is closed, Miss Walker. Please tell me about that pendant you have around your neck. I must admit I noticed it as soon as you walked in.
There was once an Oscar. It's a souvenir. None of your business. There's once an Oscar.
it belonged to Oscar, a friend who passed away.
I understand, Miss Walker. I myself have borne the weight of grief for decades now. Wearing a token from someone dear to you is a natural thing.
Dr. Zamiantine, I promised Kirk I'd go to the craftsman in Valsembor and bring back his mechanical prosthesis. The poor boy has been waiting for it for ages, so I'd like to try to speed up the process. Would you tell me how to get there?
Now there's a truly noble initiative, Miss Walker. I asked my clockmaker friend Simon Steiner to manufacture the young Youkol's mechanical prosthetic leg. He's a capable craftsman, and ingenious. You'll find him in his workshop, near the Valsembor port. I imagine he must almost be finished with his work by now. He makes amazing things. You'll see.
Can you authorize my release so that I can see Dr. Steiner? Unfortunately, I've been told that the clinic is in lockdown.
You will have to ask Dr. Olga, Miss Walker. She signed the current order to lock our establishment down. She's in charge of giving out the passes.
Ah, man, you're a little bitch.
This book should answer any of the questions you may have about our Youkol's friends. Farewell and bon voyage, Miss Walker.
Racism, migrations, the Youkals. The Youkals?
Why did the Youkols ask you to heal Kirk?
On each of their migrations, the Youkol shamans and I have exchanged medical knowledge. Their trance therapy and materia medica have provided astounding results for my patients affected by psychological afflictions. In exchange, I do what I can to take care of those injured that they can't heal using their traditional medicine. Like, that poor boy who lost his leg.
Racism?
I get the impression that the Youkols aren't much liked around here.
Indeed. It would seem that most of the inhabitants of Valsembor are now quite hostile towards them. This wasn't the case a while back, you know. When I was young, the migration of the snow ostriches was an event widely welcomed with open arms in Valsembor.
Why the change in attitude?
Our region was actually somewhat devastated 20 years ago. Dramatic events changed the way people viewed the world. The people turned inward on themselves. They are less welcoming. And the fact that the Youkols have been stuck here, next to Lake Valsembor for several weeks, hasn't helped.
Migrations?
How many ostrich migrations have you seen?
This is the third one. I'm lucky to have seen so many of them. It's a rare spectacle. Believe me, the great herd of ostriches accompanied by the Youkols, doomed to blindly follow their animals wherever they happen to roam. And they don't care about countries, wars, and borders.
You seem to like the Youkols, Dr. Zamiatine.
They are a fascinating people, you know, and such astonishing medicine infused with shamanism. Without which, no doubt, you would have never arrived in this clinic alive, Miss Walker.
It's really necessary for me to ask Olga's permission to leave? You're the director of this clinic, after all.
Olga is my right-hand woman. I can't keep her uninvolved in current matters, Miss Walker. She is also currently your doctor. You should really talk with her about it. She isn't as evil as you seem to believe. You'll find her in her office, most probably.
Bitch.
Medical studies, alternative medicine manuals, great literature. Super collection.
The American is awake. You must hurry, Colonel.
How is she doing?
Fine, apparently. She is docile for the moment. This may not last too much longer, I'm afraid.
And what about the tribe of nomads?
Just like the past 2 years, Lake Valsembor hasn't frozen over, so the herd can't cross the ice. They're stuck here. And also, their young guide is still in our control. If everything goes as planned, soon the Youkols will have no choice but to go back home. Especially as I have a plan to speed things up.
Fine.
There's also the American detective, Colonel. He should be arriving soon.
Let him meet with Miss Walker if that's what he wants to do. No point alarming him just yet. But when all is said and done, we're the ones who are handling the young woman's case. No American is going to come here and tell us what to do.
What? Where did she go?
Let's see, yesterday, Olga Immerse wrote, Colonel, I've received the report of the commission concerning the clinic management, and with all due respect to our comrade, commissioners, I believe that putting Zamatine to one side on my behalf would be an error. He almost never leaves his office anymore. Of course, and he delegates all responsibility to me, but his signature is the one appearing at the bottom of every document, even the ones concerning my experiments. I therefore feel that it would be better to let him remain behind his desk. His makes the perfect straw man. At your service, Dr. Olga Romanova. Olga, I've received confirmation that the American is a subversive. She is a hysteric by nature and has gotten into her head to accompany an old lunatic to some imaginary island. On the way, she has caused a great deal of nuisance for the authorities, and above all, has associated herself with those freeloading yokels. It would also seem that Uncle Sam considers her to be of some importance. This is a good occasion to get rid of her. When I get to Valsembor, my men will arrest her and deliver her to her country's authorities. Until then, take good care of her. Dr. Mova, my name is Nick Canton, and, without bragging, I am acknowledged as the best private detective on the east coast of the USA. I am contacting you following a telephone conversation you had with my client, the law firm Marson and Lormont. As agreed, I'll be arriving in the next few days to honor the terms of the contract you agreed to with the firm concerning the extradition of Kate Walker. One point still bothers me, though, is it true that Miss Walker has to be arrested by some sort of local militia? During the day, I'd like to have a video conference with you to clarify this point and go over the last few practical details concerning my arrival. Regards, Nick Canton. Today, helmet. Okay, Dr. Mova. In accordance with your recommendations, I subjected patient number 10, the American Kate Walker, to the standard psychiatric interview. Even though at first glance she seemed convincing, the patient nonetheless demonstrated all the symptoms typical of the propensity for anarchy so common in her misguided homeland. Worse, it turns out she subscribes completely to the cause of the Youkol nomads, and it is obvious that she intends to continue agitating in our beloved region. I therefore recommend an emergency protocol restricting her movements and interaction with other patients who might be encouraged to agitate for the young nomad. I will have the mechanical bed calibrated for the patient, and with this in mind, in preparation for your response. Sincerely, Dr. Helmut Mangling.
Hello, Miss Efimova. I'm here to see you two. Kate Walker, it really is you. What a coincidence. I've been looking for you for weeks.
Mr. Canton, I presume?
Ah, I see that my reputation precedes me. Miss Efimova must have told you I was coming.
No, I just now learned of your existence, Mr. Canton. A while ago, my employer in New York informed me that he was going to stick a detective on my back.
I don't like to boast, but I'm the best detective on the East Coast. Never a problem with me. I've been asked to bring you back home safe and sound, Miss Walker. I should be in Valsembor in a few hours. You've got yourself in a real mess, Miss Walker.
I'm not going back.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Canton. I'm sure that finding me hasn't been easy.
Oh my God, you have no idea.
I'm afraid this might upset you, but I'm not planning on going back to the United States for the moment, Mr. Canton.
To be honest, you don't really have a choice. The U.S. Justice Department is looking for you, and I even have an international arrest warrant for you, Miss Walker. Who'd have thought?
The feds are looking for me? But what's the charge? I've done nothing wrong.
Embezzlement! Apparently you took off with the contract for the sale of the clockwork toy factory in Vorarlberg. And you took advantage of the seller's senility. You're even suspected of being responsible for the death of one of them, a Mr. Hans Vorarlberg, the last heir authorized to sign contracts with the company you represented. That's not negligible. You know, Miss Walker.
This is completely ridiculous. And as far as I know, you aren't authorized to represent the Justice Department in this country. You're just a detective. So you'll have to put up with it, Mr. Canton. I'm not going back to New York with you. So leave me alone.
Wait, Miss Walker. Please be reasonable.
Goodbye, Mr. Canton. All sorts of sedatives and tranquilizers.
Okay. What was that? I couldn't select anything or do anything. Ah, okay. Uh-huh. Okay, so green, blue, red, red.
Charming.
Hurry up.
Yes, Dr. Elfimova. I'm doing whatever I can. Get this damn tap open in the end, you'll see. That's it.
Well, that should convince the Youkol scum to strike camp and go back where she came from. Come on, Helmet. Let's not hang about here.
Yes, of course, Dr. Elfimova.
An old gas can, empty. What a catastrophe. Too dangerous without some kind of receptacle underneath.
Full gas can.
This thing is stuck. You've got to be kidding. I have to get rid of this chain. Fast.
Just got this thing, so yeah. God, the colors are ugly in this part of the game.
quickly, or all ostriches lost.
Engenemuk. Tuk. Bikolet. Miss Ketwalk. Senvenu tuk. Mininir Buruth.
What's going on?
My God, what happened to that poor ostrich?
Ostriches want drink very bad water, tuk. When ostriches thirsty, and ostriches not smart, Miss Ketwalk. She lako, tuk. Head hard like hard rock.
Try to hold them back as long as possible. There must be a way to filter the river water.
Unganemuk. But Miss Ketwalk, go quickly.
Miss Kate Walker.
Hello, ma'am.
You remember me, Miss Kate Walker? Me, ayahuasca. Great Youkol shaman. Me go there and find you somewhere there in the world of the spirits.
So you're the one I owe my life to, Madame Ayahuasca. It's you who cared for me before taking me to the doctors in the Valsembor clinic. I don't know how I can ever thank you.
Tuk girl. Miss Kate Walker go clean river water right up there. Since she traveled long time in magic world, spirits now her friends. They will show her the right path.
Very well. If you say that the spirits are going to give me a hand, I'll try to do that.
Okay, looks like it's saved. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching Syberia 3 on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.